Today, we're going to play a little bit of a game. It is called Try to Remember Without Looking Anything Up, the film that you just watched. It is Kill Me 3 Times. Magnet Films, Magnolia Pictures, starring Simon Pegg, Brian Brown, Luke Hemsworth, Callan Mulvey, Teresa Palmer, Alice Braga, and Sullivan Stapleton. Kill Me 3 Times is I guess you would call it a comedy. It is not necessarily entirely action-packed filled, but there is plenty of action to be had. Simon Pegg is easily the main character. He is the beloved main focus of the film, and he stood out over all the other characters in this film. And I would love to see sequels, many sequels, of Simon Pegg's character just dealing with other assignments that he has. Now, this is a tale that is told somewhat out of order, with many different perspectives in mind. And we may actually have to pull out our little handy-dandy pad and paper, or pen and paper, pen and paper, pen and pad. We may have to pull this out just to list all of the characters and what they're doing, so I have people to point to. First, we have Simon Pegg's character, who is going to be called Wolf. We have Teresa Palmer, but just going to call her Palmer. And her husband / not husband, we're just going to call him Hubby. And then we have Alice over here. And we have Mobster. We're going to call him Mobster. And then we have Cop Man. We're going to call him Brucey, because that's his name. Brucey. Now, I believe that is... No, wait. We have Boyfriend. We're just going to call him Boyfriend. And there we go. Now that we have all the names down, I have things to point at when I'm discussing this film. Wolf, played by Simon Pegg, is an assassin. He is the type of person, a professional, if you will, that you call when you need things done. He is also doing private detective work and all sorts of other things. He is very meticulous with his profession. When he is called and he accepts an assignment, he plans to get it done in a timely and according manner. So he is easily the best character in the film. We have Palmer right here, and her husband, Hubby, who is not featured on the front cover. I don't think he's on the back cover. Actually, yes, I think he is. Let's see, I believe it's him right here. Let me do a double, real close look. Yes, alright. That is Hubby of Teresa Palmer. So Teresa Palmer and Hubby are together. Then we have Brucey, the cop man right here. His name is Brucey. He has ties to the mobs. And then we have here Alice. Alice is the lady on the front. Her right here. Alice is the wife of the mobster man right here. He is Mobster Man. The Mobster Man has suspicions that his wife might be cheating on him with somebody else, and that somebody else is this guy right here. I don't know his name. I'm just going to call him Boyfriend character. So Alice has boyfriend characters that she's seeing on the side because Mobster Man is a very abusive husband and she plans to leave him soon. Mobster suspects that Alice is cheating on him, so he hires Simon Pegg's character, Wolf, to basically spy on her to get proof that she's cheating on him. So he goes off to spy on Alice and see if it's true, and it ends up being true. He gets film footage of Alice sleeping with the boyfriend. Simon Pegg delivers that to Mobster Man. But at the same time, there is another storyline happening between Teresa Palmer and her husband, who have money that they owe Brucey. Now, Brucey says that he's going to kill both of them at the end of the week if they don't come up with $250,000. Husband has a plan to collect that money through his wife's life insurance, so he's going to plan to fake his wife's death, but he needs to get a body to put in his wife's car with his wife's identifying jewelry and sorts. So he ends up finding Alice by complete chance because she calls his dentist office to get a filling for a chipped tooth that the husband mobster man punched her and knocked part of her tooth out, so she's going to get dental work. So she calls to get dental work with the dentist man, who's also the husband of Teresa Palmer, and they end up planning to kill Alice and make it seem like the wife has died so that he can collect his wife's life insurance money policy and use that life insurance policy to pay off Brucey. Now, at the same time, Alice has stolen $250,000 from the mobster man's safe, money that he was going to use to pay Simon Pegg's character for the hitman's job. Because after Simon Pegg reports back to mobster husband that Alice is cheating on him, he pays him $150,000. That he's going to give him $150,000, $100 to $150,000 to basically kill Alice for him. He'll pay him after the job is done. So Simon Pegg goes to plan to kill Alice, and then he ends up witnessing Teresa Palmer and husband doing it for him, basically. He ends up taking a bunch of pictures of Teresa Palmer and the husband killing Alice. However, Alice survives the car crash because they were going to plan to crash the car off the cliff while the car was on fire. It would blow up into a big explosion, and any identifying features on the body would not be able to be recognized at all, so that they would just assume that it's Teresa Palmer. Brucey ends up seeing the car crash that Teresa Palmer and husband faked and believes that the husband has killed Teresa Palmer to get the life insurance policy, and he wants to extort that policy and pay off and he'll consider the debt square. He's going to help him fake the dental records and all that other stuff to make sure this all goes away, but he wants the life insurance policy money. So that's what they're going to do. But Simon Pegg's hit right here, that was his hit, but he's going to take the credit for killing her when he reports to the mobster man. So the mobster man goes to get the money to pay Simon Pegg for the job that he actually didn't do. It was actually Teresa Palmer and the husband who just happened to have killed his own target, and he plans to extort even more money from Teresa Palmer and these two later. But mobster man ends up realizing that Alice stole all of his money. So now the only one who might know where his money is the boyfriend of Alice. So he confronts the boyfriend, and the boyfriend thinks that he killed Alice, but he says no, he didn't kill Alice. He actually hired Simon Pegg to kill Alice. So boyfriend kills the mobster man and plans to kill Simon Pegg in order to get to get revenge for his wife. Meanwhile, Teresa Palmer and husbandman are extorted by Simon Pegg's character. He sends husband's phone full of pictures of the crime that these two committed, and he says that he could make this go public unless they give him $250,000. So the dentist husbandman takes the $250,000 that he found in Alice's purse after they attempted to kill her. So he takes that money to pay off Simon Pegg. So Simon Pegg takes that money, and then he kills the husbandman. I mean, later, Simon Pegg goes to visit, he returns to Mobster Man's house, yes. So he goes to Mobster Man's house to basically collect on his debt that he says that Mobster Man is going to owe him, but the Mobster Man is already dead. Then Brucey shows up to Mobster Man's house because these two are compatriots. So Brucey shows up, and Simon Pegg kills Brucey. And then Simon Pegg drives off to Teresa Palmer's house, and you end up learning that Teresa Palmer and Simon Pegg are an item. They were seeing each other behind dentist husbandman's back. and they plan to use her life insurance money to make a lot of money, basically, and then run away together. But then Simon Pegg says that she messed everything up. It was a big mess. He ended up having to kill him, and then she's upset that he killed him. And then boyfriend shows up at the house to kill Simon Pegg, and then Simon Pegg says that he didn't actually kill Alice. It was Teresa Palmer who killed Alice. And so these two are trying to blame Alice's death on the other, while the boyfriend is watching in confusion. And he ends up killing Teresa Palmer. And then Simon Pegg tries to kill the boyfriend. And then Alice shows up, having not been killed at all, and shoves Simon Pegg off a balcony. Though, as the screen does not confirm Simon Pegg's body. And as we all know in film, if we do not see the body, we will assume that the person survived. And so, boyfriend and Alice run off with the $250,000 that Alice stole from the mobster husband. And then, at the end of the film, we hear a phone ring, and we see Simon Pegg laying down on the ground. He picks up his phone, and he's about to accept another assignment. And then he looks down and sees there's a big iron pole in his stomach, and he says, "I'll be there in an hour." Then he looks down and sees the pole in his stomach and says, "Make that 2 hours." And then he looks at the pole, he sighs, and says, "Baga," or something. And then he tries to get himself off the pole as the film cuts to credits. So the survivors of this entire affair are Simon Pegg, boyfriend man, and Alice. Everybody else has been killed. It is an excellent little romp. It is definitely worth your time.